We live.
Yes, we are.
What's
Good
going?
evening, folks. Welcome to tonight's episode of the Last Give podcast.
That's not
I'm,
the last give. Run and
I'm,
gun. Oh, I'm gonna slap you upside down the head.
oh my God.
I
You really are mean, like your brother said.
am a meme. I'm not. I'm just messing with you.
He's a mean person, low key. Honestly,
I say mean things, but it's all jokes behind it.
you guys should see him behind this camera. Good lord, or when we're not live, you should see him. He's
What?
sort
I just make fun of everybody? Nah.
but yeah, this podcast, my fault. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. I'm JPeeps.
I'm Ace.
And tonight we have an interesting episode because we've had someone say some things that need to be talked about and challenged.
I have no idea what these things are being said, but we
But
shall.
don't worry, I'm gonna play it for you tonight. I'm gonna
Ah,
play it for you tonight. But we outside of that, we got some interesting things. We got some QBs that are gonna be probably possibly look like they're gonna be staying around because they're
that can
from
be awkward.
Lynch.
That's gonna be so awkward.
It's gonna be awkward.
Mm-hmm. Well, for them QB staying where they are for a while.
Oh yeah, it is. And then honestly, we got a women's Final Four that's just as interesting as the men's Final Four.
Yeah. We didn't talk about the women last night. Sorry. We just kind of were on time.
Dude, I know that there's a girl from one team that got eliminated. I have to tell you about. Oh my gosh, amazing. But also too, we got
Be a friend.
Say again.
Be a friend. Tell a friend. Like, share, subscribe. Last gives
Absolutely.
Tuesdays. Running guns Wednesdays.
You also have my
Oh yeah.
reaction.
If you're on YouTube, if you're on Twitter, head over to YouTube for the comments, so we can write the questions or all that, so we can answer them.
Yes, and you also have my reaction tonight to the whole thing that happened at the Grammys, or not the Oscars. The Grammys is coming up soon, so we might run back.
Smoke.
Ooh, we'll talk about it. Interesting.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is JP.
This is the Bug.
This is JC.
This is Flash. This is Jimi Hendrix.
And you're listening to
the Run and Gun Podcast.
All right, let's get into this.
Yes. Let's. You know what? I'm gonna make sure I change the background because let's talk about this. This is interesting. This is a little piece that I want you to listen to, Ace.
And then all the other, they want to show. See, Jackson State is the hunted right now. They're the Swackies champs, they're the SWAC champs, and although they lost in the Celebration Bowl, they have a bigger brand than South Carolina State. And then all the other HBCUs in the SWAC they beat. So everybody in this HBCU football thing is comparing themselves to Jackson State. Good or bad, and whether they want to admit it or not, they are comparing themselves in every single aspect to what Coach Prime and the Tigers are doing down there at 1400 Lynch Street. Whether they want to admit it or not, and some of them have already admitted it, they want to show. See, Jackson State is the hunted right now. They're the Swackies champs, they're the SWAC champs, and although they lost in the Celebration,
it's replaying itself.
Carolina State. And then all the other HBCUs in the SWAC they beat.
My bad. So yeah, I let that go on too long. So, yeah,
who's that? What's going on?
Who is that? That's the Black Boss channel. Oh wait, no, his name is Jeff Lightsley.
Okay.
Sounds like a.
I mean, I don't quite get what the guy's trying to make this point on. He's kind of like, what? They chased him?
he is basically saying that the SWAC is comparing themselves to Jackson State. Excuse me.
I haven't seen you, so you can't blame me.
Stop. But he's trying to basically say the SWAC is, as a whole, is comparing themselves to Jackson State. First of all, let's take a second and pause. Y'all need to realize something out here. Did FAMU not have a 4-star guy on their team before Deion Sanders showed up? Was FAMU not building an arsenal leading up to the 2020 season before Deion showed up? No one in the SWAC is really catching up or trying to keep pace with Jackson State. No one's doing that. I'm telling you now. I don't know where this comes from. I get it. Everyone
It's
loves
their ego kind of thing, I guess they've been running with since they lost the South Carolina Central. They've been having that ego running.
It's been like that ever since Deion got to Jackson State. There was none of this talk about every time Jackson State got a commit. There was nobody making videos every 5 seconds about nothing on YouTube before Deion got to Jackson State. There was no 1400 making claims about something on Twitter and stuff.
That was like 2 weeks ago.
Exactly. I'm wondering, you know what? That's a great question. Where was he back in before Deion showed up? Where was he, or him, or it, or whatever he is, the alien? I was like, they. We can't say he or she because we have to be gender biased or gender friendly.
Neutral.
Yeah, gender neutral because of cancel culture and stuff nowadays. But,
that's why I say peoples. Can't get wrong with that.
The peoples. Yeah.
Yeah. People's out there.
But yeah, so I'm just like, you can't be any more wrong. When people say stuff like this is Fox News garbage that spews out of their mouths. I'm just telling you the truth. Now, maybe the D2 HBCUs are doing that, but no one in the SWAC is really trying to keep pace. You had folks from Grambling already say it themselves too. Nobody's trying to keep pace with them. Definitely not trying to keep pace with them.
Yeah, it's kind of like saying how I don't know how you put this so you don't offend nobody out there. It was like, you know how you see these guys, it's like, oh, everybody's trying to be like us, but they're like, nobody gives a damn what you do over there. You know what I mean? Nobody give a damn.
Thank you. Because honestly, I can tell you now, I don't care how big your house gets. I don't care what you're doing. I really don't. Because I'm building a foundation myself for me and the people around me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. But like I told someone else earlier today.
Hey, and if they were doing such a good before you get to that, like, actually, you know, finish what you're gonna say, and then I'll come up with the hammer down on.
Oh no, I know what you were gonna say about the hammer down. I was gonna relate that to that, so go ahead and say that.
Oh no, you're probably thinking something else, but I'm gonna say so. They think everybody's trying to beat back them like Jackson State, right? Yet FAMU drew more scouts to their pro days.
You read my mind. You read my mind. Oh my goodness. We're doing it, America. We're reading. Feel free to comment on this and chime in. I've said it for so many. I said it last night too. It's kind of ironic, you know. When you had 30 out of 32 NFL teams show up to Tallahassee for pro day, plus countless scouts throughout the season, plus 2 Canadian Football League scouts, by the way. Not sure if the XFL and the USFL are starting to send scouts out yet or not. Not sure whether that's
maybe the USFL because they start next month or this month actually. Well, no wait, we still have 2 days left in March, so next month.
Look, I'm saying.
But I mean, there was we'll get into the NASCAR thing with the HBCUs later on, but I mean, yeah. I mean, even in the SWAC East, right? Like, ain't nobody cares. SWAC West, nobody cares.
Nobody. Look, the only thing that I have said remotely distant to what he said, is there's an arms race going on right now in the SWAC East. And
But
it's
that's not because of one team, though.
And it's not. It's really not. It's because one's been building for a while, and the other one's been building here recently since Dion got there. I've been saying it for a while. FAMU and Jackson State, it's an arms race going on. You can actually, honestly, as far as heavy hitters go, you could put out Alabama A&M in that same category. Seeing as that they basically just rebuilt their whole roster here before spring practices open up. So no one's really trying to keep pace with anybody. Well, you know what? Heck, maybe Coach Maynard might be, because he got beat 61-15 on homecoming. So that might be the only exception, but no one else is honestly trying to keep pace. I'm just saying, like, it's really not. Plus, you look at, like I said, pro scouts. One school outdrew 3 schools.
Yep. I know, man.
All I'm saying.
Yeah, well, they got to have some kind of thing to talk out so they can get their clicks. So, yeah, let them be.
Yeah, you know, Steve Spurrier alluded to it so well what this time of the year is. It's talking season. This is talking season. Everyone's going undefeated next year. Everyone's going to go to the Celebration Bowl. Everyone, like I said, nobody's unbeatable. Everyone's going to be everyone that was sorry is supposed to be a surprise team. Everyone that's good is supposed to be back for revenge, or they're supposed to be the next dynasty or something. It's
That's
like that.
The usual clickbait season.
Exactly. It's like that in the SEC. It's like that in the NFL. It's like that here in the SWAC. It's like that in the MEAC and everything. So it's okay. It's okay. But the other thing too is FAMU spring game is coming up, and there's a lot of heavy hitters and stuff in this thing as far as like coming to town for just attending the spring game, and then also just, you know, players to watch in the spring game as well. I got my things I want to look at. I want to see, you know, how that linebacking core looks with guys like Isaiah Major coming in, and then you got guys coming in like Jordan Moore playing safety. Then I also want to see too the quarterback battle between Rashawn McKay and the Vandy transfer Jeremy Musa. I believe that's his name.
Yeah, something like his name. Yeah.
Yeah, so I want to see how that quarterback battle looks and everything. I know it's going to vary because they're not going to have a full-fledged wide receiver one guy in particular. I know it's going to be mixed up and everything, so it might be a little bit of a rough day at the office. I'm just going to just like be able to hear about it. I'm not able to watch it some consistency. But I'm also looking to see too, you know, what does the running back situation look like with Bishop Bonnet gone? Like, did DeAndre Jordan, did he finally grow into getting more play time? Terrell Jennings, how does he look? Does he look more like a beast than ever before?
Didn't they get a new wide receiver too? They had a transfer, I think. And to compete, there was like, I don't know.
I know. I was actually just watching it today, the replay of the Ole Miss Texas A&M game. I know a lot of them, they want to get Dimas from Texas A&M. Want to get him in as a transfer. But it would be nice if they could land him. But I'm not sure. But I do know for sure right now, as it stands, it's definitely Xavier Smith and Jamari Shareed. So those.
Yeah, I know. I remember Xavier Smith's the 88 one, right?
19.
Who's the 88 one? I'm forgetting his name.
That's Nick Dixon, the tight end.
No, there was one from last season who was doing the crazy stuff toward the end of the season. I'm forgetting his name, but don't worry about it. I also wasn't 88. It was a different number. I don't know. Oh, well. Sorry. Brain's collapsing right there. It's good. But, I mean, yeah. The NASCAR. What about the NASCAR thing? I forgot.
Oh, Greg Biffle with the Norfolk State car.
Yeah. That new car even looks kind of even as good as the other one for the FAMU did.
Honestly, it really does. I think it's just because it's white and stuff. Like I love like certain colored cars. Honestly, like white cars. Because I mean, I drive a white vehicle, so I mean, I love just the way it looks, like the paint job. Yeah, that's it right there.
I'm showing it for the people out there who don't know.
That's
Yeah,
actually really clean too.
Yeah, the do everything. I mean, it just looks pretty cool. So yeah,
I'm
I
telling
didn't
you,
even know
dude,
they had Camaro NASCARs.
Greg Biffle
Oh,
didn't win any races, but I'll tell you what, dude,
he got
he
the
knows
nice car.
he has the nicest cars on the track. Honestly, it used to be Jeff Gordon, in my opinion, back when I was growing up. I thought Jeff Gordon had the nicest car on the track, but
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely Greg Biffle now.
Yep. All right. Moving on over. The new look Falcons offense, where that's an actual talking point. Come on, there's better things we could have done.
I don't know if you saw that, man. It was someone said they're gonna wait to see them go 4-13.
That's
Or
generous.
yeah, well, really, what, 2-16? Honestly, is that what
Yeah, I was reading something and somebody said like, was it Bucky Brooks or one of them? They had a mock draft and they had no quarterbacks taken in the first round, right? And I'm like, actually, I could see that happening because the teams that could have need a quarterback this year,
Mhm.
they already have that guy to just hold down the fort next year, so they could tank for a guy like Bryce Young or CJ Stroud,
Yeah, honestly,
which
yeah.
is what I feel like Atlanta might do. That's why they have Mariota there, and essentially it's like almost like a 1-year deal.
Oh yeah, of course. And he's gonna go out there and try to prove himself, and I don't think it's gonna work that well. But it is scary when you look at that roster. Like, you have no Calvin Ridley, the best player on the team on that offense is Kyle Pitts. You got Cordell Patterson too. Those are like the star players. Auden Tate's one of their starting wide receivers. It is so bad.
And their offensive line is still non-existent.
Exactly. It's going to be like their defense is going to have to exert themselves greatly.
And their defense is good. It's AJ Terrell, Deion Jones, Grady Jarrett, that's it.
That's going to be such a rough outing, honestly. It's going to be so terrible.
Mercedes-Benz dome is always empty, so ain't nothing changing.
It is, and it doesn't help that Chick-fil-A's not open on Sundays.
That is true.
That stadium will not see its full potential until the SEC title game and the Celebration Bowl. It won't. It really won't. But also too, John Lynch came out with a statement and said he's not trading Jimmy G. So
no, he's not cutting Jimmy G. Not trading. You'll trade Jimmy G, but he's got to get a partner. But I mean, yeah, all the seats are kind of filled up now in the musical chairs of quarterback world. So until the guy gets hurt training camp like they always do, he probably is going to be there until mid-season probably. Like where you see a team like how New Orleans lost Jameis halfway through the year and they were looking for a quarterback. That's what you'll see where Jimmy G probably gets traded. But I mean, the more wild one is Cleveland saying they're going to probably keep Baker because Deshaun's probably going to get a suspension, but then that locker room is going to be so just weird for Baker to go in.
It's going to be very torn because a lot of those guys are going to realize in training camp Baker's not as good as Deshaun Watson, and that Deshaun Watson is the guy that they can win with. And then also too, you have to remember too, you got Baker Mayfield who's in there that is feeling some type of way because he realizes, oh, you've already tried to get rid of me, so why should I give you any type of effort?
Mm-hmm.
That's what's going to happen. And so it's going to be, if Deshaun Watson gets suspended, it's going to be a rough first couple of weeks. Very rough.
Yeah.
So I'm not. I think that hopefully they don't take themselves out of it early.
Imagine if the thing just blows up in Cleveland's face. I could totally see it happening.
It could.
Where that locker room just gets totally messed up with Watson going in.
It's going to be very divided. And I guarantee you it's going to be 70-30 in favor of Deshaun Watson.
Mm-hmm.
It is, because those guys are going to realize they want to win and not have to deal with Baker Mayfield anymore. But the other thing too, my bad, go ahead.
No, I was just looking at the stuff. Don't worry.
Oh, you're good. But yeah, the other thing too was Miami's trying to be a sleeper.
Hmm.
I like them, dude. Regardless of what people may say about Tua, I still believe in Tua.
Yeah, I go with the mindset. All these people bashing Tua forget that the whole thing before Joe Burrow went mode was tank for Tua. He was going to be the number 1 pick that year until he destroyed his hip on a messed up tackle, and Joe Burrow just won God mode on the entire college football. So
Exactly.
I mean, like,
and then honestly, too, like people forget is Alabama gave LSU the toughest game that year. Alabama clawed back.
So,
So I mean, look, that's all I'm gonna say. But look, I still believe
that
in
AFC is going to be way more entertaining than the NFC. The NFC is going to be just a crap show.
The NFC is literally 3 teams: the Rams, the Bucks, and Green Bay. But I honestly see Green Bay. I really just say it's really a 2-headed monster right now. The rivalry between the Bucks and the Rams lives on. Green Bay, I'm not counting on them, although I think that they'll still be there by some way.
I'll wait till they draft a wide receiver in the first round. But as unlikely as that is why I won't.
I'm telling you though, dude, if there were ever a year to draft Dolphins players in fantasy owners, this is it. This is the year you get some Dolphins players.
Except at running back. That running back situation is kind of weird.
I like Myles Gaskin. I like him.
Yeah, but they also have like 2 other guys they brought in. Raheem Mostert and some other guy that I'm forgetting.
Yeah. That's right.
So they're going to be doing a committee, and those are the worst things for fantasy owners.
That's true. That's so. Believe me, because I had not Kamara. I had Kareem Hunt, and didn't get much love last year. But the other thing too is the Panthers and Seahawks needs for the 2022 draft. That would look. I believe, and I could see the Panthers trading up for Malik Willis.
They're what, 7? No, 6. What pick are they? They might be 8th. No, I'm thinking about it. I am not. They're one of those top picks.
They have a top 10.
They won't be. It won't be for Malik Willis. It'll be for Kenny Pickett.
I could see
them as the ones who'll take probably Kenny Pickett.
So the Carolina Panthers pick 6th. Right now, Jacksonville sitting in front of them. They don't need a quarterback. Got the Lions sitting in front of them. They don't need a quarterback.
The Lions are fielding offers for that 2nd pick. I heard. They're listening to people call.
Oh, so yeah. See, there you go. The Texans, they need one. They need one.
No, they got Davis Mills. They're rolling Davis Mills. He was actually not that bad last year as a rookie with that crappy team. He had the same stats as Tua, so I'll just give it to him.
Look, and Lovie Smith, you could have called Colin Kaepernick for some better quality play. You may not win the games, but my God, you will be in them. The game results will be closer if you go get Kaepernick.
Well, they did take the Patriots to a last-second field goal. I'll pull up the Texans thing from last year. They weren't that bad with Davis Mills.
He just said it. What if that was Kaepernick, who is better than Davis Mills?
Also, Kaepernick hasn't played in, 6 years?
That's true. It's been a while.
Tell me 2016 he's probably better than Davis Mills, but this is like 2022 now.
And
he's been not reading defense. I don't know about
Davis Mills knows the playbook. I'll give that to him.
Oh, Lord. Flash is in the other room driving me up the wall now. What the hell does he want? Bruce Arians retires as head coach. Dead-ass serious. Breaking news. Bruce Arians just retired as the head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's moving to the Buccaneers front office. Peter King reported it. That's what Flash was just laughing in the room about. Wait, let it focus.
Oh my!
I'm dead ass serious. Adam Schefter.
We do have breaking news.
I don't know why it's not focusing, but give it a second.
Oh my goodness!
Here we go. Breaking news, America. Bruce Arians retiring from coaching, moving to the Buccaneers front office. Byron Leftwich is now your head coach, most likely.
That's insane. Oh my goodness.
Well, the NFC really is just wild.
That is insane. Oh my goodness. Wow. This is an interesting day on here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. That's dude. Jeez. That's
I kind of felt it coming, but I didn't quite was sure. Like I was sure Malcolm Jenkins was going to retire. I didn't expect it this morning, but I knew it was coming last night. Eventually this season, but I did not see Bruce Arians come. Like you kind of had the feeling because he's like up there in age, but then with Tom coming back, I was like, nah, he ain't anywhere right now.
dude.
But they got the guy. Byron Leftwich is going to get his opportunity. I mean, I kind of have more faith in him than I do in Dennis Allen, but we shall see how that both teams in the top two teams in the NFC South now have not first time head coaches, but they're relatively newer head coaches in the league. So we shall see how both of them play out. But NFC's wide open. Well, it's probably gonna be the Rams, sadly, but whatever.
That is very crazy that happens because I feel like something had to have gone wrong with his health.
Health-wise, potentially.
Like something has to be up because he mentioned something like when he first got to Tampa in 2019 about how his health he passed his like physical with like he had to get on it.
Having a press conference at 1 p.m. tomorrow. So for new Bucs head coach Todd Bowles. Wow. Okay. Your new head coach is Todd Bowles. Adam Schefter just said it.
Look, I'm telling you that alone still gives Byron Leftwich the freedom to not have to see everything, but to mainly focus still on the offense.
Well, I'm surprised if Leftwich gets a new job, a head coaching job next year, but I'm surprised he didn't get in Jacksonville. And if Leftwich went to sorry for interrupting you here, but if Leftwich went to Jacksonville, I'd be extremely worried about the Bucs right now. But Leftwich still being there, you're gonna have Bowles still there. I'm not too worried about it, but I this offseason's just been wild.
This has been the craziest offseason. It really has. And also too, those of you listening and watching this, feel free to chime in the comment section on YouTube. We're not able to get the comment section working right now at the moment on Twitter, but please chime in on YouTube for your thoughts. But yeah, Bruce Arians has announced his retirement. But I definitely feel like this move was what needed to happen because Todd Bowles taking over.
This had been in the making. This has to have been in the making.
It had to be, and I think Tom Brady knew about it and everything like that. And this gives Todd Bowles a greater chance to, really strike gold and do what he needs to do. Bruce Arians taking an office position and staying long term in Tampa. That's still a big deal. That's still a big deal. So
I have to go change my essay now to include a third black head coach for my whole thing because I had a thing about the double standards, the discrimination for black head coaches. Well, now we have 3.
And then think about it like this: Todd Bowles is now the 4th black head coach in the history of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tony Dungy,
Raheem Morris,
Lovie Smith, Todd Bowles.
The first when you think about it, Todd Bowles and Dennis Allen are in the exact same boat. You know what I mean? They both kind of flopped out in their first time gigs, and now they're going to get that chance to the much better defenses redeem themselves.
And the funny thing about this is I trust Todd Bowles to do a better job of handling this defense for years to come in Tampa over what Lovie Smith.
Lovie Smith. Yeah, but I couldn't get over the fact they fired him in favor of Cutter after 1 year with Jameis. That was kind of wild to me. But
and the story behind that is they wanted someone that was going to help Jameis grow. But the funny thing about it was too is Dirk Cutter didn't even want Jameis in Tampa. So I was kind of from what I later found out, which didn't make sense. So it was kind of like, huh? Okay.
Adam Schefter tweeted the exact same thing you just said about Bulls being the 4th head coach in Bucks history, 2 more than any other team has ever had. That's this whole thing is just wild. This came out 17 minutes ago, bro. What have we been doing?
What we were talking about? We were talking about basically how people just spew stupidity out of their mouths saying,
"Oh yeah, that's right."
Jackson State.
That's right.
That's what we were talking about. So I mean, we were talking about an interesting topic, but
that's true.
I mean,
it was a good thing I went. I heard Flash in the other room make that noise, and I went to check. We probably wouldn't know.
Make sure he wasn't. I'm not gonna do that. Nobody knows what he's doing in his spare time. But yeah, no, this has been wild.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually, now that this has happened, I wouldn't be surprised if this is like a mostly defensive draft for Tampa Bay.
Well, they're gonna have to draft a guard at some point. But
They're good. I feel they'll address
it. Probably another draft where they just draft corners the entire draft again, and a safety.
One of those defensive linemen from Georgia.
They're both gone. Yeah, Jordan Davis ain't getting out of probably past Philly.
I don't know. Warren Sapp got out of that first 15. Philly has back to back.
Tampa's in like what, 26, 27?
Say again.
What is Tampa, 26 or 27th, right?
The Bucks are 27th at the moment. Jason Light could make a move up somewhere.
It'd probably be
I feel like honestly, I could see it being 17 to get right in front of the Saints, and I could also see it being 14 to get right in front of the Eagles with both the Eagles picks.
Nah, I was just messing with you. I want a wide receiver. I don't care. First or second round. That's all I want. I just want a wide receiver.
I knew you weren't gonna say no defensive lineman. Although
I'll take Jordan Davis. I won't complain about the Jordan Davis if that's the pick at 18.
I could see him going to Atlanta.
Or Trevor Penning at 18. Those are the only 2 picks I'll allow. That's not a wide receiver.
The funny thing was last night when you said they'll probably just draft another defensive end from Texas somewhere.
Yep, that's
that.
Yeah, Peyton Turner or Marcus Davenport shit again.
That was actually really funny. But
well.
That was wild. That's crazy. What a day. What a day.
Okay, so can I get my Malcolm Tyrann Matthew to the Saints now? I don't care.
Yeah,
he's transitioning to the front office as a senior football consultant, is what the Bucks just said.
He's gonna have a say in a lot of draft decisions and free agency moves. Him and Jason Light now are gonna be working hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you now. And what you don't want is you don't want Tom Brady to retire and stay in Tampa and get part ownership of the Bucks. That's what you don't want to happen.
Why?
For the rest of the league, that's not a good thing.
Oh yeah. I mean, can Dallas just fire Mike McCarthy and just trade for Sean Payton this year? Please, just do it this year.
They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it yet. They're going to wait for something to go really, really bad.
But I want the picks now. I don't want to wait another year.
You know Jerry Jones. You know how Jerry Jones operates.
Jerry Jones thinks like a 2-year-old. Jerry Jones will fire Mike McCarthy if he thinks it'll make him more money.
He'll fire. Well, okay, I'll give you this. He'll fire him probably mid-season if it's not going anywhere, which it probably won't because Amari Cooper's gone, which means most attention is going to go towards CeeDee Lamb.
He wants to have defensive players.
Look,
all right, let's talk about these women in the NCAA.
Look, who are you taking in the women's Final Four? I'm gonna give you the first matchup. Louisville, South Carolina.
Louisville.
Really?
I don't know. South Carolina is always good. I always like Louisville, so I'm gonna say Louisville.
I was gonna take the Lady Gamecocks because South Carolina's
gonna probably win it, but I just want Louisville.
Look, here the past few years, that is a very consistent team.
That's what I said. South Carolina's been good. I feel they're probably gonna win, but out of fun sakes, I'm taking Louisville.
Fair enough. The other one is this one: UConn versus Stanford.
UConn's got that women's magic that they always have.
They really do, because I was watching their last game against NC State, and before the game had even tipped off, I looked at the difference, and I'm just like, this is going to get so ugly so fast. And sure enough, got pretty ugly pretty fast. It's just like, my gosh, like it looked like women against girls. Usually, I know it's kind of cliche we say that. It's usually always men against boys, but this sense it's
yeah, I get what you're saying.
But I had someone say to me, if UConn plays like they did against NC State, Stanford will steamroll them. I had someone say that.
A Bucks fan said, "Nah, I'm not falling for this retirement stuff again."
Look, honestly, hey, to be honest with you, you never know at this point. Is this really a retirement?
Well, no, he's just moving. He got a promotion.
Yeah, really, honestly, he did.
It's not even retirement. He just got a promotion.
If you think about it like this, he doesn't have to put on sunblock anymore and stand out there in the sun.
In the heat, yeah. Or he doesn't have to do the stress of game planning every day, 4 or 5 days.
And he's still got to
travel. He doesn't have to travel on the road games.
Exactly. So it's all good still for him.
Sorry for the distraction. I just saw that.
You're good.
All right, back to what else we got to talk about, the women basketball.
Oh, you know what? I was going to tell you about this. There was a girl, her name's Olivia. I forget her last name, but she from Notre Dame is a beast. She single-handedly would have taken down NC State on her own if she had a little more juice. But you could tell she just ran out of it towards the end, and she needed her teammates from Notre Dame to pick up the slack. No one else could pick up the
Notre Dame. They always have consistent good women teams. I'm kind of surprised they didn't do that. But
if they'd have had someone to really go along with her late in that game to pick up the slack, I feel as though they would be playing in this Final Four and not NC, or they would have gotten to the Elite Eight and not NC State. That's my opinion, because we had NC State on the ropes, and that was that. NC State, that was their first Elite Eight since 1998. So I mean, it was long overdue. But my gosh, Notre Dame, I thought, man, if that girl doesn't get tired, they are definitely headed to the Elite Eight against UConn. But enough of that. For the men now, I know you gave yours last night, but
I think I had UNC and Kansas, right?
I'm not sure, but honestly, that's who I'm rolling with. I like Kansas in this one. Kansas.
I need Kansas to come out on top because my whole bracket got destroyed beside Kansas. Kansas has been carrying it.
Same. Honestly, look, Kansas outscored Miami 47-18 in the second half of that game, that last game in the Elite Eight. So I mean, what they do so consistently well, if they go in there and have a good night Saturday, they'll be in it. I firmly believe they will be there.
Yep.
All it takes is just consistently. What they do so well is offensive boards. They crash offensive boards so well. They get back on defense. They move the ball around so consistently well. If they do that right, they can beat Villanova, I think. Just play their game.
Yep, I can agree with that. I mean,
your face.
But the yawn.
Yeah, like your face just got stopped, like that.
I'm gonna make a face. I mean, Villanova's won 3, or no, they've won 2 out of the last 5 years. I want to see if they can make it 3 out of the last 6. But I mean, I just want Kansas to win it. But I feel like Villanova's probably gonna beat them. But then again, I also think UNC is going to beat Duke because they took down the Magic run.
They did. Look, honestly, that wouldn't surprise me either. Like, Coach K, you better not don't think that this is a cakewalk. This is the most dangerous team out of all 4 of these squads. UNC.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it takes is just for UNC to go out there and have a performance like they had in the Elite Eight again. And don't say, oh, they played St. Peter's and St. Peter's wasn't nobody. No, St. Peter's was somebody. Don't go out there thinking that just because they beat little old St. Peter's that they can't hang and run with Duke. They beat Duke in the season finale. Beat them good in the Cameron Indoor. They could do it again. I believe in them. And oh my gosh, what is his name? He's the first coach to coach and be a player in the Final Four.
Wait, what? How do you be a coach? Yeah.
UNC's head basketball coach, Hubert Davis. He's the first person to coach in the Final Four and play in the Final Four.
For real? There's never been another former player who went to the NBA and retired and they just went.
Juwan Howard never got that far.
That's true.
So
okay, I didn't even know that. That's a little interesting tidbit.
Look, it's so I'm on Hubert. I'm on Hubert's side.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on Hubert Davis's side with this one. I think that he might be able to slay Coach K, and then I love it too because this is a black man in his first year at a school like UNC getting the job done so consistently well. And
Did
it
they
will
ever replace Coach K next year?
Did they say what?
Did they ever say who's going to replace Coach K next year?
I am not sure. I never heard anything.
That's an interesting thing. I'm going to look that up.
I know. Look, if they haven't, I know they're probably looking under every rock and every crevice to ensure that they do find the right person for this. Because this is not a job that you just hand to anybody. Much like the UNC job, there's certain jobs that you don't just hand to anybody. Like the Patriots.
They don't have a third guy, but they said either Tommy Amaker from Harvard or Johnny Shai, their associate coach.
It'll probably be the associate coach because I feel like they might keep it in-house like UNC did. But you don't see this. There's jobs that you don't just hand to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Alabama job. That's when Nick Saban is done. They're not going to just give that to anybody. One of his assistants will come back and get that job or something.
I don't know if it'll be probably Kirby or Lane. I don't know. I feel like it'll be one of those two.
I could see maybe Kirby or Jimbo, honestly.
Jimbo's making a crap ton of money at Tendo. I mean, unless I would just throw him like a Brinks truck.
Honestly, you know what? Now that you say it, and seeing how Jimbo left Florida State, I can't imagine him. I don't imagine Alabama would take him that easily. So I could see maybe Kirby, maybe that's a strong maybe, or someone we don't know about, like maybe Brian Davis.
Since Kirby did win, sorry,
you're good. My bad.
No, I was just gonna say since Kirby won that championship, you might just get 3 Brinks trucks from Georgia and a statue or something.
He really might, honestly. He really might. And plus he went there, so honestly, look, the way the sports calendar is rolled out this year, it's been the year of like
bombshells.
No, not that. I was going to say like you going back to where you broke your.
That kind of thing. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Kirby got to start at UGA. Goes back to UGA as a head coach. Wins the title. Hubert Davis went back to where he came from. He was the first player to ever be in the Final Four. And look where he's at. He's in possession. So you never know. It could happen. But yeah, like I said, it's certain jobs that I think certain people will get, and not just anybody will get certain jobs at certain places. And the places are like that, like I was saying, definitely Kansas, Duke, UNC, Patriots, Alabama, Yankees, things like that. Although the Yankees are a mess right now, honestly. They haven't won a title in over, 3 decades? But that's another story for another time. But yeah. So that now takes us to hot topics. And
there was something I wanted to include on that Bruce Arians thing, but I'll find it back.
go ahead. We are in
I
hot topics.
lost it. So I have to go find it back now. So you talk your reaction about the Oscars while I go back and find it.
All I'm gonna say is this while he finds out. You couldn't have hit me like that. You couldn't have hit me like that. Nah.
No, wait. If you were Chris Rock or if you were Will?
If I was Chris Rock, you could not have hit me like that. I'm like Shannon Sharp. I'm coming out of that tuxedo. I'm gonna throw you. I don't know if they do like the NFL awards where they had the little band and stuff sitting down in there and the little thing.
But you'll go grab a guitar and go, bam.
No, I was gonna throw him. I would have thrown him off the stage. You're not walking off the stage that easily. I'm throwing you off the stage back to your seat. But I'm not just gonna. But again, I've heard multiple things where comedians handle these things differently than athletes and other people do and stuff. So I get it. He didn't want to create a scene on national TV, but look, not me. He couldn't have done that to me. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Well, now if you were Will Smith, what you would have done?
Before. If I'm Will Smith, I wouldn't. If I'm Will Smith, if I'm Will Smith, I would have took that energy to August a long time ago. That energy that you gave Chris Rock, that energy should have been given to August months ago. I don't care what was said between you and Jada. None of that. No, I don't care. I'm taking all that energy. I'm going to see but you know what? See, everybody, that's what's wrong with the game now. Everybody's so open with their relationships and stuff now, and I guess whatever they have, an open marriage or whatever you want to call it. This
at that point, how is it marriage? Is it more like a friendship? Like a very loose friendship?
This is what's wrong. This is what's wrong. That's all I'm going to say.
What's wrong? The relationship kind of dynamic?
We can't be married if you out there sleeping with someone else.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like a loose friendship kind of thing, not a marriage.
And that's what's wrong with this. That's what's wrong. That's just me. I can't. You expect me to sleep in the same bed as you at every night, knowing that you were with someone else?
Yeah, screwing around. Yeah.
And expect me to still stay? No. No, it's okay. I'll call you a U-Haul. You got 2 days to get all your stuff about my house.
I can totally agree with that.
And I say that calmly. I'm not gonna throw your stuff in the grass.
Okay.
I'm not gonna yell. I'm gonna stay polite. You got 2 days.
And if not, I'm donating everything to charity. Pull up at the Salvation Army at Walmart. Here you go.
Number word. You ain't saying nothing but a word. And you know what? And I'm gonna be petty about it too. I'm gonna take all your stuff, and I'm gonna drop. And you know the little Salvation Army, No, hold up. You know the little Salvation Army things in the parking lots at the malls and stuff.
Yeah, I'm talking about the one at Walmart, but yeah, same thing.
I'm gonna drop it in 5 different locations, and you're not gonna know where they went.
That's what I would have just said.
It's gonna be at Goodwill. Some of it's gonna be in a box or in a metal container.
Yeah. Goodwill's one by Walmart. Salvation Army's one. I mix them up.
It's gonna be a Salvation Army, Goodwill, and the little Salvation Army containers at the mall. It's gonna be all over.
One by by Rick's on the River. That whole place. What's the place called?
No, not Habitat for Humanity. Oh my gosh, I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah, I forgot what they're called. It's a missionary place. I don't even remember.
It's a missionary place. I know what you're talking about though. But yeah, I put
some stuff there too.
Oh, most definitely. Because you're not gonna do me like that. You will not do me like that. In the house, staying with me. You can get your visitation though. If we got kids, you can get your visitation, but that's it. But
Okay, but yeah, the two things I have. Let's see if I can get maps. Okay, two things. So the Bucks are with Todd Bowles as the new head coach. Ian Rappaport said that the likely scenario is inside linebacker coach Larry Foote and defensive line coach Casey Rogers will split defensive coordinator duties. So there you go.
So we actually have a statement from Bruce Arians to the LA Times on why he's retiring.
What is it?
He said, "Oh wow, see, and Todd Bowles is already the head coach." He said, "I'd rather see Todd in position to be successful and not have to take some bad job. I'm probably retiring next year anyway in February, so I control the narrative right now." There you have it.
Yep.
Look, the Bucks have a good defensive line.
Okay, I can't even find the play.
It's funny that this is actually being said too. I'm gonna say this because we're in Hot Topics. The Todd Bowles now becomes the fourth black head coach in Buccaneers history, two more than any other NFL team has ever had.
Yep.
Two more. How about that? The only team to draft 3 African American quarterbacks in the first round too.
Metropolitan Ministries.
Oh, that's the one. I took the close there too. But yeah, the Bucks are the only team to draft 3 African American quarterbacks in the first round and have 4 African American head coaches. Black history fact. Black History's 365. That's how I'm ending this tonight. Bingo.
We're already done. Holy crap, that was fast.
That's how I'm taking it home tonight.
Okay. Can't believe we're already done. That went by fast.
So yeah, folks, that's gonna do it for us this evening. We hope you've enjoyed. As always, I'm gonna say this in closing. Don't be an attention seeker like most people out there trying to do this all during talking season and whatnot. Don't be like Will Smith and have your wife have
other people.
Yeah, see other people and have mind control over you and stuff. Talking about Tupac would have done this. Tupac would have done that. August would have done this. August would have done that.
Dead or on Mars, I don't know. I don't know how he does anything right. Either dead or on Mars.
I don't get it. But yeah, folks, we hope you've enjoyed this episode as much as we've enjoyed bringing it to you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Be a friend, tell a friend, get the word out, most definitely.
Retweet if you're on Twitter.
Yes, retweet if you're on Twitter. Like, share, and subscribe as always on our social media platforms. Throw flags on Instagram. Penalty Talk on YouTube and on Twitter and on Facebook as well. Ace, you got anything before we get out of here?
Nah, man. I don't think so. Brent's been all since the Arians thing.
This has been.
Oh yeah, the one more thing. The longest tenured head coach in the NFC South is now Matt Rule until halfway through next season, and then it'll be Arthur Smith.
That is so pitiful. Good night, y'all. You gotta be kidding me. Matt Rule